Hello, Mr. I'm Laura Mensa Marcela Gomez. I'm going to talk about my lesson plan. Okay, the teacher is me, the grade 4 hours, 3 hours in a week. The topics are there are family members. Lesson 24, time 55 minutes. The objective that the student identify the name of the objects and place in the environment. And learn about the basic of the unit. It's important the student learn about the basic of the unit. Know and different the member of the family and the objects. Develop the skill to answer and ask a question about the family members and things in their home or outside your home. Their home, sorry. Know, identify, and talk about the different objects and places that make up their house. Performance indicators. In the performance indicators have knowledge, doing, and being. The knowledge one recognize expression and vocabulary related to the family members. Develop vocabulary about the objects you find in your house or where you are, for example, in a park, in a beach, in a mall. Okay, you will know there is and there is not to the house. You will develop the communicative attitudes. It's important a communicative attitude with your classmate at the moment of being able to describe the place where you are. In the doing express their opinion about family members and count simple things using learning vocabulary. It's important the student ask open questions of the classmates. It's important their opinions, their things. In the being, you will develop the reflective aptitudes of dialogue through group work. Identify the importance of your family members and each place in your house by expressing disagree in respectful way. You will participate in group activities, group 3, group 4, group 2, or individual activities in complying with the agreed commitments. You will be able to express your ideas with respect to opinion of the others. You will critical value about your colleagues or your partners. You are always the student are a critical value no critical negative, no critical positive that motivate or incentivize the student always improve your your negative aspects their negative aspects, sorry. The overview. In the overview, when we talk about a place, we refer to physical description, an environment with the many objects which we can say there is or that is not found in the place, as well as we can make comparison with other spaces. For example, if we are inside the house, we can say there is a sofa. In my house there are 2 rooms, there are 2 beds, for example. But if we compare with a garden, in the garden you can find a sofa, you can find a television, for example. No, but if you stay in a garden, you find a tree, a flowers, a big garden. It's similar. It's compare the situations. Also, when we talk about family members, we must take into account the different change that each family member is going to undergo. For example, if the principal is only mom, dad, brother, and you. If you get a partner or you get have a relationship with the other person. Your parents, because the parents also is law, and your brother will be brother-in-law, but at the same time is your brother. This change very depending on each member of family. The other example, um, if my uncle give a girlfriend, the girlfriend um, the uncle's girlfriend is my aunt. Okay, it's same, but it's change according to the general different opinions. Methodological strategies. In the methodological strategies, it's important reading activities about what is each topic. Practical worksheet. In the quartine, there is and there are group work on family members, role plays about family members, and what objects are at home or at school in this moment, depending about the moment or about the environment. And then educational exam. Okay, activities. First, KWL. Use this activity at the beginning of the unit to evaluate how much previous knowledge each student has. You have looked the deficiencies, your fourth, they develop each class, improve each deficiencies, also determine what they will be interested learning, or what is the interest about your students. At the end of the unit, each student will work in small groups, and those generate lists of new knowledge about what has been learned in class. The teacher will present to your students explanatory videos about their art to improve interest, motivated in English to student towards to the topic by discuss. For example, it's like this video. The videos play how do you use how the student use there is and there are, and explain what is singular and what is plural. And put example. This is there is a chair, and this display what is there are the chairs. In the same, and it's saying with this say the teacher will show your student explanatory and practical video about the members of the family in order to motivate them and because the family familiarity with the subject that will be put in practical communicative way inside and outside the institution. It's saying about this. The other is the presentation of the video on there are a member family will develop the following points. Objects from the classroom, object that you find in classroom order to the genealogical tree, and classify what is the oldest and two youngest among other. A student will draw a picture of object and place in their house, which will paste it in the classroom with their respective words to facilitate their understanding interaction with each of the students, thus learning new vocabulary found during the unit. The student create a word as corpus to demonstrate new knowledge about the family members. Not a typical family members like mom, dad, grandpa. No. The other like son-in-law, daughter-in-law, nephew, and stepbrother, step sister, and the other. And the assessment students a self-assessment before starting the final evaluation. Check the knowledge acquired during the teaching tour you have done until you get there. This is the assessment about there is about there is and there are. Look at First, look at the picture, identify and complete with there are, and its translation in Spanish. This manner, the student learn new vocabulary when you put the instruction in Spanish and in English. Okay, the student has to do this picture and classify where there is and where there are. Okay, in this part is the successful answer to translation to Spanish. There are 2 books on the floor. Hay 2 libros en el suelo. There is a lamp on the nightstand. Hay una lámpara en la mesita de noche. The student acquired a new vocabulary. And this is the activity about the family members. Unit with align the element on the right, the elements on the left. Une los elementos de la derecha con los elementos de la izquierda. In this, baby, grandma, brother, dad, mom, sister, granddad. And this is the picture that the student looks. And this is the answer, successful answer. It's a connection with a line. Evaluation. In evaluation, demonstrate what you have to learn the different and identify your family members. You are ready? Yes, you are ready. To go to start, we are going to choose three of 6 pictures. Sorry. 2 pictures. Picture, then a name. Put a name about the person found in your picture and talk about this person. For example, this is a picture, the man with a child, maybe, and I put this name. He's one is a father. Okay, is the instruction about this. And finally, in this activity, say after look at the object for our bags. This evaluate the activity will only take 5 minutes. That the student think. The student have 5 minutes to think about the object that they have in your bags. Sorry. And the student have to say with the other partners in group of 3 what objects found in your bags. For example, there are 3 books, there is a rule, there is a notebook, there is a pencil, and finally we will meet in a round table. We will listen carefully to each of our colleagues or partners. We compare our answer and we will identify. We obtain in a communicative and participatory learning. Entonces es decir que aquí nos vamos a reunir para finalizar. O sea, nos vamos a encontrar para hacer una mesa redonda y ahí nosotros vamos a analizar si adquirimos o no adquirimos estas habilidades comunicativas o de communicative competences. Okay? It's all, and thanks, Mr.